First up in this week's Gadget news, Lightro's quirky looking light field camera has been available in the States for a while now, but has finally made its way to the UK and is set to launch later this month, bringing with it the same shoot first, refocus later skills that has made it a photographer's darling around the world. The Lightro camera is a little different to what we've seen in the past with other cameras, and that's not just thanks to its rectangular prism shape. Inside the Lightro you'll find a light field sensor that captures all rays of light in a scene instead of just an image, which means you can do a few things with the image after you've shot it, such as refocus on a different part of the picture after it's been taken, or panning around the perspective. Along with the light field sensor, the Lightro is equipped with an 8x zoom and an f2 lens, as well as a 1.52-inch touchscreen and a single simple camera shutter button which lets you focus on taking photos. Simplicity is key, and you won't find any manual controls unless you enable them on the camera. Once you've shot your photos, you can upload them to your computer or straight to the Lightro's website, where you'll find free storage, or you can share them straight to your iOS device or over Wi-Fi for free on the Lightro mobile app, which will let you refocus, share or export animated GIFs from your iPhone. You can also enhance and refocus them from your computer, as well as apply a series of different living filters that can change the look of your photo in real time as you refocus or focus shift. If you wanted to grab yourself a Lightro camera, you'll be able to pick one up from Dixon's Travel, Harrods or online at John Lewis this month, although you might have to dig deep into your pockets, as the 8GB Lightro in grey, blue or pink will set you back £399, while the red 16GB model is a cool $469. Right, next on cue, the HTC One Mini has made its debut. It's the slimmed down version of HTC's beautiful metal flagship phone that's been leaked previously, but while it's smaller, it's still packing the same epic ultra pixel camera. And as expected, the HTC One Mini keeps the same styling as its bigger brother, but in a slightly more manageable shell, with a 4.3-inch HD display that's powered by a dual-core 1.4 GHz processor rather than the One's quad-core chip. Unlike the One, it also runs on Android 4.2 Jelly Bean out of the box, meaning it will be bang up to date on the software front. But perhaps what's most important is what HTC hasn't changed. It may be smaller and will most certainly be cheaper, but it still packs in HTC's stunning boom sound speakers and ultra pixel 4MP camera sensor with much larger pixels to collect more light and detail in snaps. The software featured looks to be the same too. It sports a home screen with HTC's Blink Feed widget, which pulls in news from your Facebook and popular news sites. The HTC One Mini goes on sale in August. Will you be picking one up, or do you prefer an Android phone with a more phablet size? Next up, we never thought we'd see the popular media player app VLC back in the App Store, thanks to a few tricky licensing issues, but lo and behold, after a 2-year hiatus, it's back and better than before. It's capable of gobbling up pretty much any video file you can chuck at it, and playing it back flawlessly without conversion, because the iOS video player by default only supports a handful of codecs. It's a free pint-sized version of the full desktop edition PC and Mac users know and love. And while it was first made available on iOS back in late 2010 before being swiftly pulled, the new iOS version is crammed full of new mobile features you wish you had access to before, and with licensing issues sorted, hopefully here to stay too. Just when you thought there were enough Angry Birds Star Wars games on the way, Rovio has upped its game even more, and has announced the first entry in its hit crossover saga will land on consoles this October. Rovio has joined up with Activision to bring you more Angry Birds Star Wars action on the big screen, and is set to launch the first title on a bevy of consoles on the 29th of October. No matter what platform of choice yours is, you won't be able to escape the galactic Angry Birds, as it's set to hit Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, PlayStation Vita, Wii U, Wii and Nintendo 3DS, meaning no matter where your allegiances lie, you should be covered.